Hello, this is Clayton Vance with a little architectural snippet for you. Hey, I just wanted to talk really quickly about corner lots. I just had a builder ask to. I designed a house, and their garage is on the south side of the house. It's on a cul-de-sac, but it's on a corner lot of a cul-de-sac, and so I had designed a facade, two front facades, because it has two fronts, and he wanted to flip the garage side to the other side of the house, so you're actually driving down the street looking at the garage rather than at the house. That frustrates me because we have lost the art of city building, people. We have lost it. Man, holy cow. So here's my deal. Here's my pet peeve. Obviously, speaking from a point of passion right now, but I think it's really, really important. So let's look at this. I'm going to draw some things. So if I have a street block right here, right, and I own one of these corner lots. When you design a house on a corner, you need to recognize that this is the front of your house and this is the front of your house. You have two fronts. You don't just have a single front like your neighbor does. You have two fronts. And you need to design the house to recognize that you have two fronts. Because there's pedestrians on this side, there's pedestrians on this side. And if I only acknowledge the pedestrians on this side and give the bird to all the pedestrians on this side, that's kind of, rude. But if you design a house that has two fronts, and what I mean by that is that you have a deliberate composition on that side. What I don't mean is that you have two front doors. You can have a corner entrance, but you have two really well-composed facades. And I get it that most people in all reality don't even think of designing anything but the front facade. And that's a shame. It shouldn't be that way. But in a higher density urban scenario, that's always kind of been the case, and that's okay. In rural settings where it's an estate type of an experience, you should always design all four facades. If you're not doing it, then fire your designer or architect and go hire someone else who could do that for you. But you need to consider all four facades when you're designing. If you're building on a corner lot, you don't want to be making this whole thing the garage back here. Let me draw this out for you. There's a few scenarios that I think actually work. The thing that got my grill with this particular phone call right now was as you're coming into this road, you have a cul-de-sac over here. It has this roundabout and then goes up like this, another cul-de-sac. And I'm not a fan of cul-de-sacs. And this lot sits right here. So as you're coming up, this is the thing you're looking at through this roundabout. And it's like the last thing I want to do is be looking at the garage for the approach. Unless you make that garage freaking awesome, the garage should not be your primary approach. And so what you can do, is set up the house here, have some sort of attachment, and then do the side garage way in the back off of the visual, kind of the visual corridor of the block, right? So if you're looking at this, and this is my view line, what I'm doing is I'm driving down the street. I'm looking at this house design right here, and I'm the driveway back here is pretty obscured, and then this would be the backyard. Or you come around here and back in, and this is your garage back here. Or you put the garage way back there, and then a side approach. If you're going to put it next to a street, put it past the visual corridor of the street experience as I'm walking and driving, and then make the garage something special. You should always try to make the garage something special and its own distinct building. You should never try to do it as perfectly integral to the house, because it just doesn't work that way that well. So that's my 2 cents and a little architectural snippet for you with my angry eyes on. Sorry about that, but I just had to go share some things. In terms of corner lot design, historically and traditionally in timeless houses, timeless neighborhoods, timeless towns, they would consider all four sides of a house, but particularly if you were on a corner lot, those corner lots were considered something special, and you did something special, especially on two facades of that house. And I think none of us really get that anymore, and we need to, because it will make the places we live so much better. So do it right. This is Clayton Vance. See you later.